Today we are going to learn very important concept called pivot table. But before that, I want to quickly explain two concepts. One is filtering and the other one is sorting. So what is filtering is like you are like telling Excel that you do not want to see everything, but you want to see some specific data. Okay. So which data can be, this data can be a subset of data. Let me tell you how you can do that. So ensure that the data is continuous and there is no gap in between. And you have to, you can stay on the home tab, be on the first row, okay, and then click on filter. So if you can see over here, the filters, these drop downs, little drop downs are filters. Now let us say if you want to
Yes.
see data just for laptop. So you can simply select that and click OK. So everything in laptop will come here. Okay. And let's say after laptop, if you want to see sales amount, uh, you can whatever entries are there in the column, they will appear over here. And if you want to see how where this number is coming from, you can just simply select this $7,200 and click OK. Then you would get the amount, respective amount. Okay. Then you can apply one filter, two filter, three filters depending on your category, depending on your requirement. Similarly, if you want to find only East region, you can do that. And if you want to find sales which is greater than $1,000, I'll simply say 1,000 over here, and accordingly it will get sorted. Any doubt so far?
No, sir.
Clear? So this is a simple but very important concept. You will have to use it quite a lot of times now onwards. Of course, there are different ways of using it depending on the tool we are using. Now, if you want to clear this filter, you can say clear filter from sales amount, or you can simply go over here and just click on clear. It will remove and filter from all the rows. Okay. Any doubt?
No, sir. No.
Then there is this another concept which is called as sorting. So what do we do in sorting actually is arrange data in certain order. So let us say if I want this data to be in a uh, I want this data in chronological order, but at the same time I want this to be in the ascending order of sales representatives. And what I will do is I'll first go and select entire data, then click over here, then sort oldest to newest. If you can see, the data is now in chronological order. Now let us say if I want to arrange this uh, in the certain order, let us say from A to Z, that means from uh, alphabetical order. I'll simply go, I'll click A to Z. So see all A is coming over here, then B, then C. Like that, I can also select this in the descending order, sort this in the descending order. So everything else will show up accordingly. Okay. Similarly, I can also sort this in the descending order or ascending order. So you can play around with the order, whatever row column is important for you. Accordingly, you can sort it. Okay. Any doubt?
No, sir. Clear.
Okay. Then let us go back to our concept for today. So generally, Pivot table, it is very important concept, and it is what is pivot table is basically it's an interactive tool that allows you to quickly summarize large amount of data. Of course, you can uh, reorganize it, you can group it, and you can also vary value calculations. Maybe if you want to do counting or sum or average, and that is simply drag and drop, but you have to be very mindful about what you are dragging in the field. So when you uh, when the pivot table is created, these are the different fields you will see. Okay, so this is something which is called as uh, field list. So it is basically list of all the columns and headers in the report that we are building. Then this is the filters area where you will apply filters. These are the rows of the table. These are columns and these are values. But there are certain things that you have to be mindful about, that the the data must be in the tabular format. That means it should have rows as well as columns, and all the columns should have unique headers, because if there is duplication, then it might cause problem. Then there should not be any blank row or column in the data, and of course the data should be clean. So these are the prerequisite of having before creating pivot table. Now let us try to understand why it is important. So let's say if I ask you, ki, hey Rishabh, can you tell me what is the total sales for laptop in the given data? How would you do that, Rishabh?
Sir,
Just give it a
that's
thought.
select category means uh, what we can say
Product.
product. Sorry, product.
Hmm. Then
Then what we need to find, sir?
total sales for laptop.
Total laptop.
Hmm. So I'll tell you how you can do this, but it is time consuming a little bit and not advisable to follow. So what you'll do is we'll select laptop, just
Lap.
laptop from over here.
Yes, only
Okay,
laptop is.
and then maybe you can just select these rows, and the you can see sales over here, which is 49,200. Okay, the other method can be using a function called sum if. So what does sum if do is you have to give a range, then criteria. So what is your criteria? You want product to be
Laptop.
laptop.
Sir, why we select sales amount?
Just a minute. Let me check if I have applied the formula correct. There's something wrong with this. Let me just check quickly. How can we apply it? Any clue? This equal to, let us see if we want to, this is just alternative way. I'll tell you how this formula works in a bit. Just try it this way. Yeah. Can you see?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was just passing it for one uh, cell over here, but however we wanted to pass it for entire range. So that is why it was not showing it over here earlier. So again, this was a bit time consuming, right? So you will go here and select, enter the formula and then see how it is going. So there is something called as pivot table, so which will help you to quickly summarize the table. Okay. So what you have to go over here is go to the first uh, cell, that is cell A1, generally the starting cell of the range. Then go to the insert tab. So far we were just looking for at the home tab like font, alignment and number. But over here today we will be looking at the insert tab. So in the pivot table, go to the pivot table, click on this drop down. What we have to do is from table or range. So it will automatically select this entire range. Now this pop-up will come. So what you can do is the cell is selected and you can see the cell is locked. And there are two options you would get. Number one, whether you want to create a pivot table in the existing spreadsheet or new spreadsheet. By default, the new spreadsheet option would be there. So let us go ahead with the new spreadsheet option. Now, if you can see over here, all the columns in the table, all these columns will appear over here in the pivot
Yes.
table fields. Okay. Now you have to find, you can summarize the data. So let us say, uh, let us understand the data first. So we have this sales data. So it has date, region, then different sales representatives, what are the products that they sold, then of course what category of the product is, total number of units, and total sales amount. And this is dated data, right? So let us try to understand the products and their respective sales. So what you will do is whatever you want to look, want to appear in the row, you will just bring it over here in the row, and whatever you want, whatever has values, so you can bring it over here. So can you see?
Yes.
This is how you can uh, use the pivot table. So to quickly analyze the or summarize the data. Then if you want to, see the cells by sales representative, so you can simply check how much cells each of them have made. Okay. Then if you just want to, apply filter, you want to see cells for particular category only, what you can do is you can bring this category over here in filters, click on this drop down, and maybe you can just select accessories. So whatever is there under accessories, just cells for that particular, just cells for the particular category would show up.
Recording in progress.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
So right now, if you can see, the data is pretty clean. It does not have any anomalies, and that is why we are able to create the pivot table from this table. Okay, now let us clear this. There are different ways how we can analyze the data, just to ensure that the this filter is cleared off every time in case it is applied. Okay, now if
Yes.
you want the data by date, you can still do that. Data, then maybe by region, and then how much of the data is done. So right now by default it is showing some, okay, but we can definitely change it later if you want to have it count, count or average or minimum or maximum. These are the calculations which can be done. Okay, so right now this data is is group. We can definitely expand it. So these are the different dates in January, February, March, April, so on and so forth, right? So for January, all the dates we have this data. Then February, this is the breakup, and of course, this is the total. So we have two options over here. One is row total and one is column total. So if you can see the total for January for all the regions, it will be shown over here in the grand total column, and total for, let's say, all the regions will be shown over here in this column, another grand total. So we have row total and column total, uh, columns and rows added to the extreme ends of the pivot table. Any doubts so far,
No,
Rishabh?
sir. Clear.
Clear?
No, sir. No. Yes.
Okay. So let us pause for a minute, and I would want you to solve the exercise, right? The practice, T1 practice.
Contents to create T1 practice, sir.
Yeah, this is the
So I
T1
can
practice.
use this T1 sheets.
Okay. Now, what does this data say?
Modify
You
your
created
practice
the
as single amount.
now you are looking at the different problem. Go to T1 practice tab. Mayur.
T1, sir.
Yeah, T1 practice.
Okay, okay, sorry.
Yeah. So what does it say? Go to the task.
Task.
Yeah. Read them out. What does the first task say? Create a pivot table on new worksheet that you already did, right? You used T1 practice only, right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Then what is the second task? It says build a report that answers the question. How many individual cells did each sales representative make? Can we find this answer? Okay. Do one thing. This might be the task for the another uh, table. Okay, go to T1 example. Okay, now apply pivot table over here. Go to cell A1. Yeah, now insert pivot table. Click on OK. Okay, so what is the task? We want to find out how many uh, individual
Individual cells did each cells rep
sales
mark.
representative make. Okay, now go to cells. Bring sales representative into columns. Okay, and
Okay.
then sales amount that into value. Now, do you have this idea? I mean, you can see that on the screen how much
Yes, sir.
sales that each,
40,170.
right? Okay. So this was just basic about pivot
Okay,
table.
sir.
Apart from that, if you want to check it by region, you can simply replace sales representative by region. That is also fine. And if you want to see which sales representative is active in which region, you can also see that. So the first one is active in just north region,
Right, sir.
right? So we can say this is one-to-one mapping, like each sales representative is responsible for one specific region.
Region, yes, sir. West and north.
Right. So this is the inference that you can do from the data. Rishabh, how are we doing?
Sir, I can stop here, sir.
Hmm.
Thank you, sir.
So that T1 practice is not there. I also check in that Google Drive.
Sir, one thing, sir.
Mm-hmm.
This pivot table is when are just working it. Okay.
Can you repeat? I didn't get what I'm trying to say.
1 minute, sir.
Rishabh, why don't you download the spreadsheet again from the WhatsApp group and then upload it?
Yes, sir, I downloaded and I uploaded also. I share my screen.
Because Mayur was showing the same spreadsheet right now and he has downloaded it from the WhatsApp group only.
Yes, sir.
Day 5 training.
So my screen is equal to you.
Yeah, I can see it.
This sheet.
This is strange. Uh, go. Can you click the on that red dot on beside day 5 training?
This one.
Yeah. Go to the Google Drive, Excel Google Drive, that folder. Excel Google Drive folder. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just click on open again day 5 XLSX.
Same issue. This
You are not able to see it. No. Uh, Go back to the other tab on Drive. This Excel tab. The other tab. Go to the right. That is already open, but yeah. Click on Drive. Click on I mean, open the Excel Drive. Double click. Hmm. Now, can you
Where?
see those three dots on the right?
This one.
Yeah. Click. Click on them.
Open
Yeah.
with.
Can you see open with? Yeah. Click on Google Sheets.
There is no example columns.
Uh, okay. I don't know what is the issue that you're facing. Click on the XLSX again. Day 5 training.xlsx. So, office format file change. So, it will automatically set.
I open this one also directly from Excel.
Mhm.
So again, this issue.
Are you able to edit the file or apply pivot table over here only on this tab?
Yes, I can apply to table and
Click on OK. Okay, now bring this units. Click on sales representative, sales rep. Can you see sales rep?
Cells represent.
Yeah,
Yes.
click. Okay, cool. Hold on. It has been already brought to the rows. Then click on the sales amount,
Cells
Last.
amount.
the last one. Yeah. Okay. So basically, you are able to see now sales by the sales representative. How much sales did each of them make? That was the basic task over here. Okay.
Yes.
So we will see. Well, I mean, um, later after the class, maybe what is the issue with the spreadsheet. Okay. Can we move on to the next topic, please? Okay, so next, right now we have understood like how we can make or create a pivot table based on the data. But there are certain customization that we can do in the pivot table. So like if you want to change calculation from let's say some of the cells to count, or you want to find average or maximum or minimum, these are the different calculations we can you know change based on whatever is there in the value. But then we can also format numbers, let's say in the currency or percentage. Then we can also refresh the data if some data is changed. Then we hit on refresh, the data gets automatically refreshed. And we can also drag uh, additional fields, I mean, add additional dimension to our analysis. I'm going to explain this right away with the example. So let us, apply pivot table over here. Okay. So, okay. So this is the task that we have. So let's say we are looking at the sales amount for each of the sales representative. And what we have to do is we also want to check how much average sales that each of uh, each of them are done. So we can what we can say is instead of sum, we will select average from over here. So we will understand the average sales that they have done. This average is calculated based on the total entries that we have, and depending on and dividing it by the respective entries. Right. So this is how we can change it. We can also see how many units that they have sold. Alongside unit, we can also drag it once again and see the average units. Right. Now we want to, let's say, change this to up to just two decimals. So we can decrease the decimal points over here. Then this is already formatted in the currency. Let us say that. So let us make this change. I'm changing this number significantly so that it is visible. So right now, if you can see, Henry King is the sales representative and the sales amount for him has been changed. Now we will go over here and just click anywhere on the pivot table. You will see this tab over here in the ribbon, which is called pivot table analyze. And once you click over here, just hit refresh. So this value for Henry King, okay, total sales and average sales for Henry King should uh, show a significant difference. Okay, let me refresh, refresh all. Can you see how this value
Yes.
is updated? So
Yes.
just with the help of with the click of single refresh, you are able to update the value. Okay. Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Then
No.
you can also do formatting for date as well. Let me see where. Let us see if we have a data about the region, and for each of the region we want to see who is the sales representative. So from over here you can see who are the sales representative for the respective region. So east, west, north, south. So that is very easy to tell from over here. And can also, let's say, bring sales amount over here and add additional dimension. So this is the, what I've done is I've added another dimension or change the calculation with, I want to see how much of the total sales each of them are bringing. So overall, 13% of the sales is brought by David. 9% of the sales is brought by, let's say, Grace. And if I want to, let us see, and this is the, out of this total in East region, these guys are bringing this much of sales. Okay, so you can also find out uh, sales by each region and then percentage. So all of these calculations can be done on the fly in the pivot table. So, so value as maybe percentage of the parent. So these are all the calculations which can be done. Okay. Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
So why don't you open the practice sheet T2 and then this solve the problems.
Okay, due to
And now we are going to see some advanced pivot table feature. So there are three advanced features. The first one is grouping. It basically combines items into different groups, just especially dates. So we can group dates by, a month or days or quarters or years, and or maybe numbers by ranges. Uh, then we have something called as slicers. We just have sync filters, right? In the normal table. So in pivot table, what we can do is we can apply slicers. These are basically interactive buttons. Instead of clicking on the drop down and then selecting what you want and what not, you just have to click on this interactive buttons, which basically act as a visual filter for pivot table and pivot chart. And there is something called as pivot chart. So basically it is a dynamically linked to pivot table, and it updates automatically when the pivot table is changed or filtered. So these are the three concepts which we are going to see right now. Okay. So let us add dates into the row and sales amount into values. Now, if you can see, the dates are summarized by month: January, February, March, April, May, June. Now, if I want to see the sales in the quarter, I'll just select quarter. The sales is now, grouped by quarter, right?
yes,
So what is quarter? How many months consist of quarter?
3 months, sir.
3 months. And let's say if I say quarter
3 months.
three of a financial year.
Yes, yes, sir.
So which months will be there in quarter 3 of financial year?
March.
April, May, June.
Quarter 3 of financial year. Our financial year starts when?
March.
April, May,
April,
June.
right?
Start from April, yes.
And how many months are there in quarter 3?
Quarter 3.
Quarter 3.
Yeah, which months are there basically?
April, May, June.
August, September,
October,
October.
November, December.
October, November, December, right? So they are the months. These are the months in quarter 3. If someone asks you, "Hey, can you just tell me what is the sales for quarter 3?" You can tell it accordingly. Okay. So if you want to now see sales by dates, so you can simply ungroup it, then it will automatically show. Okay. Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
So basically we are grouping the rows over here based on whatever is our requirement. Okay. You can also do it by month here. So let's say right now it has data just for 2023. So it is just showing it by 23. If I minimize it, I'm able to see sales by year. Okay. Then let us understand a concept called as slicers. So we have seen something called as filters. Now in terms of pivot table, if we want to quickly see how how data is shown. So what we can do is we can insert this different slicers. So slicers are simply, you can term it as filters, but they are a modern type of filter. So let's say regions, product, category. So you go over here, click on that pivot table, then you will see this pivot table analyze tab. You click on that tab, then other options will get activated. So from here, you just have to insert the slicer. Okay. Then click on this region. So if you can see, I have 4 regions: east, west, north, and south. All of these regions are visible. Then these are the different products. I have docking station, headset, keyboard, mouse, USB hub, webcam, and different categories. Now let us say I want to say uh, s- check sales in south region. So what I would do is I'll simply go over here and click on south. See, as soon as I click on south, other data, I mean, rest of the data gets hidden and just data for south is visible. At the same time, uh, as we have seen, there are sales representative which are handling just one region. So there are just 2 sales representative for this south region. So Ben and Frank, and others are not shown. Can you see them grayed out over here?
Yes, sir.
Their name is not visible. That means the filters are dynamic and they are interconnected to each other. So if you apply filter, if you click on slice one of the slicers, the data which is not available in the other slicer will be grayed out. Okay. Similarly, if you want to see category cells for category electronics, I'll simply click on the electronics and the data will show up over here. Okay. Similarly, if I want to see cells for just laptop, I'll click over here and the data for laptop would be shown. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So that is about the slicer. Then there is something called as pivot chart. So let me explain pivot chart in a bit. Removing the slicers. So before understanding pivot chart, it is important to understand the normal charts. So let us say uh, if I want to understand my sales as per the on the different dates, and I want to visualize it, because if I just look at them, I mean, it may not be, it may not make sense because these are just numbers, but I would not be able to compare what my sales was there in the previous month or in this month. How can I do that? In the normal way, what I'll do is I'll select these 2 columns and go over here and I'll click on the different charts. Now I want to, when I say I want sales as per the different month, I'll select line chart and simply select OK. Can you see? So
Yes,
this
sir.
is my
Yes, sir.
sales amount for different month. Okay. But if I want to, filter it by certain sales representative, I may not be able to do that because this is the normal chart. Okay. Now, if I want to do the same in pivot using pivot table, what I'll do is I'll simply click over here on the pivot table and go to pivot table analyze, and over here I'll select this pivot chart. Now we'll try to replicate the same chart over here. Just say date, and then I'll also have some slicers with make better. So these slicers will stay. By the way, you can also change formatting of these slicers to, to, to make them more readable and should be, they can be distinguished with the other slices. Okay. So I have this region, sales representative, product, and category. Now I want to again insert the pivot table chart. So I'll click on the pivot table and go over here in the pivot table analyze chart ribbon and click on the pivot table chart. Now, generally when you want to see sales over or any quantity over the timeline, so you always should select the line chart. So there are different types of chart, but they have their own significance. So generally for the historic sales, any historic value, we look at the line chart. So I'll just click over here, and now my chart is visible. So if you can see from here, the data is right now, the dates are right now grouped as per the year and month. I can simply select and ungroup it. Accordingly, my pivot chart will change. Okay. I can also change how this chart appears. Now, if I want to see sales from the sales representative, Anya, I'll simply click over here. So once I click over here, so I'll see that sales for her. It has been good initially, but now it has been, it has reduced as compared to the initial month, and now it has been constant. Same goes for, I can check it for Ben as well. I'll clear filter. I can also say sales by different regions. Okay. It is not that I just can insert one chart, I can insert multiple pivot chart as well. So let us say if I again want to add different chart, I'll go over here. Then this chart will continue to stay. Let me clear this filter. And now let's say if I want to, check how many, what is the total contribution of cells from each of the regions. So when we want to do that, what we can do is we'll again go to pivot table analyze, then click on the chart. Pie chart will give me correct representation. So from the pie chart, I'm able to see which region is contributing the most. Okay. So from here, I can say that I think East region is contributing the most. And if you want the values to be in percentage, you can simply go over here and show value as percentage of the grand total. Can also add some formatting with data labels. So from here, you can see that if I want to, instead of the region, I want to see sales performance. So out of the total sales, I can see that Henry is the top performer, right? So I can also check who is the top performer from the different region, east, north, south, maybe west. So these are the different ways which we can use. So we started with just pivot tables, then we have seen how we can do change the calculation apart from sun. Then we have seen how we can group dates then how the slicers can be inserted, and how it can all be brought together and applied. Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
No, sir, no.
Okay, so let us take some time and solve this exercise. T3 practice.
Which one, sir?
T3
This level?
practice.
Okay.
So it has all the data. So sales rep is there, and quarters. Everything is there over here. No. Click OK and click somewhere else. Yeah, perfect. Now, what does it say? Create a new pivot table that shows total units sold by date. So
Yes.
now, first thing that what we all learned is grouping. So right now, the data that you see over here in the row label, it is grouped by month, but you want to see data by date, right?
Yes.
So right click over here in the, yeah, no, on the month, go down a little bit, maybe in Jan or Feb. Yeah, right click. So
Group.
yes, click on group and see if it shows. We do not want to group it. Just click on dates in and uncheck, right click on group.
Group.
Now click on months. Okay, so now only days are selected. Now I want days to be selected. I don't want to select month. Click on days.
Select days. Okay. Only for days, not a month.
Yeah, and click OK. See if it. Yeah. Now we are able to see the total units sold by date.
Yes.
Okay. Now the second question, what does it say? The second task, group the date fields by quarter. That means we want to see the data by quarter. Right click again on the date.
Group.
Hmm.
Then now quarters.
Yeah. Hmm.
First quarter, third, fourth quarter. Yes.
Got it?
Yes. Then insert a slicer for the cells representative field. Then the
How do you insert slicer?
uh,
Go to pivot table analyze.
here, table, analyze here,
It's above. It's in the ribbon. Go up. Scroll to the right. Go to the right. No.
in,
First row. First row. Go up again. Can you see page loud help? Okay, stay there. Go to the up. Okay. Go above. Yeah. Little bit.
we can't
Okay.
see, sir, because that screen share is all this stuff is there.
Okay. So just move that thing from the screen share. Yeah. This is the pivot table analysis. Just
This one,
yeah.
because I can't see, sir.
Just move that thing now. The screen share options. You can click on that and move it somewhere else. Can you see it now?
Insert slicer. Sir, filter.
Okay,
First
okay.
time.
Now it's clear.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now
Pivot
click on
analyze.
insert slicer.
Where?
Insert slicer.
In filter option.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Now add sales representative. Okay. So yeah. So now add in values, add sales as well. Click on sum of units sold. Okay. Now click on sales as well. We can see units as well as sales.
Same that means pivot
Pivot
table and
table field. Pivot table field. Right side. Not slicer, Rishabh. Not this.
okay. So
You
which
want
one?
to add more data. So how you will add more data to the pivot table? From pivot table fields, yes.
Which one
Sales
you want
amount.
to select? Sales amount. Sales amount. Okay.
Okay. Now
Yes.
this is the sales amount for the sales representative that you have chosen, who is Ben. Now, just I want to see the sales amount for uh, David Lee. How do I say that?
Wait,
Okay, got it?
yes. Yes. And how we create the chart,
Okay.
pie chart,
Now,
line chart?
okay, let us understand. To create a line chart, we would need dates. Okay. So, do we have data for dates in the row label? Yes, we have, but it is right now grouped in quarter,
Yes.
which is fine. Just clear the slicer. Click on slicer. Yeah, clear.
Slicer or
Clear it?
directly clear?
Yeah, clear it. Okay. Now, again, click on your pivot table. Pivot table. First, you will have to click on the pivot table to activate the pivot table analyze tab. Quarter one, click on quarter one. Hmm. Can you see pivot table analyze now? The tab in the above.
Yes. Yes. Pivot table analyze.
It's in the first row.
Yes. Okay.
Hmm. Now, can you see pivot chart?
Pivot chart.
Second fifth. Last fifth.
This one. Okay.
Okay. Now, click on line.
Okay.
Click OK. Right. So right now, this data is grouped as per quarter. How do you group it as per date? If I want to see it, the monthly data. So how would I see it?
Monthly data, then select date.
No,
Sir, sorry.
correct. I can see the monthly data now. If I just want to say, I don't want units sold, I just want sales. How do I get it? Perfect. Clear?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. Done.
Now, I want to see which month is bringing most of my sales in percentage. Percentage sales of each of the month. And I don't want to see it in line chart. I want to see it in something else. How do I say it? Okay, good.
Then
But I want to see it as percentage, not in value, in terms of values.
uh, how we select percentage, sir?
Values.
So right now your sales amount is being added, right?
Okay.
So I want to see it in terms of percentage. So click on the sales amount
Sales amount.
in the pivot table. In the pivot table.
Inevitable.
Sales amount.
Okay. Then summarize show values as
So values as
percentage of the grand total. Second option.
Second option. Above.
Sir,
First,
which one?
go up. Yeah.
Grand total.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now I want to see the data labels.
Yes.
Click on the chart. Okay. No, just don't right click, just click. Okay, can you see this plus symbol on the right corner, top?
This one?
Yeah. Click. Yeah. Can you see data labels?
Yes.
Click on that. You can click on the arrow, right arrow after data labels. Go down, go down. Yeah. Click over there. You can select outside end. Okay. Or maybe play around with it so that it shows all the labels. Click best
Around with.
fit. Click best fit. Click on outside end or call out, data call out. Yeah.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
No, no, it's clear, sir.
So when we want to understand the distribution of data, we generally use pie chart, how much, each of the field is contributing to it, right?
Yes, sir.
So now we want to compare like how visually how each field is doing. So Mayur, why don't you share your screen and give me comparison of sales in percentage across different products. I do not want to use pie chart or line chart. Okay,
Okay.
use something else. You understood the question. I want to see the product comparison
Product
of,
comparison.
yeah, I do not want to see the timeline.
No, sir.
Okay, what did I say? Product comparison of cells. Okay, go to the pivot table. Go to sheet 5. I think you already created. Okay, fine. Product comparison of cells. First, what I said, product and sales. So click on product and click on sales.
Amount on sales products?
Sale amount. Okay. Now I want to see it visually. Okay. Visual comparison. How
Okay.
do I do that? Click on pivot chart. Okay. Now when you want to do generally a comparison, you use bar chart. Okay. Click on bar chart. Bar chart.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And scroll down. Can you see bar chart option somewhere here? I think it just scroll up little bit. Go slow. Okay.
One
Scroll up.
minute.
Go up. 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 Yeah. Okay. Now there are different options in bar chart. We'll generally use the first one, I think, which is clustered bar chart.
Cluster. Yes, sir. Clustered bar.
Click OK. Could you see it? So it is showing me the comparison of all the products. Okay. So based on this visual, can you tell me what is the uh, s- which product is having the highest sales?
Laptop, sir.
Laptop, right? And which one has the lowest sales,
Mouse.
right? So you are
Yes.
able to say this with the help of. this particular table, right? With this visual,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
And if I want to say, you know, if I want to see this in the descending order of the cells, how do I do that?
On descending order, sir,
Yeah, of the cells.
of the cells.
Yeah. So basically, if laptop is contributing the most, I would want laptop to appear at the first.
Okay. So sort out that.
Click on the table, pivot table, not chart. Pivot table we have created left of the chart, not there in the spreadsheet.
Okay.
Can you see pivot table which has row labels and some of the cells, not pivot field? Can you see row label in the pivot table? Come down. Yeah, go left. Come down. Come down. Yeah, this is pivot table. Now you have to sort the cells amount, not row label, not the first one.
Okay.
Yeah. Right click. Can you see sort option? Okay. Click on the one below it. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Largest to smallest. Do it the other way around. Got it?
Yes, sir.
And how do you format it in the currency?
Currency.
Number format. So there is also a shortcut of doing it. You can simply click on the cell.
Format cell.
Number format just below that.
Okay.
Yeah, it is already by default, it is dollar, which is
Yes.
selected. Click OK. Reduce the decimal places. Yeah. Yeah. There is also an option to change or make it to the currency if you see. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So I think that's it for today's lecture.